really like the roster. I think we're more talented than we were last year, just a little bit younger. We have 7 freshmen, 2 redshirt freshmen, 5 true freshmen. We have 6 upperclassmen, so it's a mix of experience and young guys that will learn as they go.
Have you ever had this many freshmen on a roster before, and is the approach any different when it's a lot of young guys?
It's a lot. 5's a lot, and then 2 redshirts, so over half the team. But they're very talented, and it's okay to have freshmen as long as they're talented and they can learn, and they have such great work ethics. They're in the gym early. They stay late. They're in the gym in the morning by themselves. They come in during the day with coaches. So really impressed with all the freshmen in the classroom, and then how much they want to be great basketball players.
What was it about Billy White that made you guys bring him in, and just how did that process work out with him signing late?
Yeah, that was a family decision by the White family, and Billy decided to give up his senior year because he was eligible academically, come in here and get acclimated to the college game quicker instead of spending the next year in high school. He's very, very talented, 6'8", terrific shooter, really good basketball player, and his best basketball is ahead of him. He will be an all-league guy in this league at some point pretty quickly.
2 of your veterans are, with BJ and Boopy, not only older players, but been here with you last year. How key are they at that guard spot, especially to kind of get everything going?
Yeah, Boopy and BJ have been playing extremely well. Boopy's been fantastic all summer, all fall with his playmaking. His defense has improved. He's put on about 8 or 10 pounds of muscle with Curtis Schultz, our strength coach. He looks great. He's just making all the right reads right now. He's playing like an NBA-type point guard. B.J. Edwards, same thing, a lot of improvement. We need B.J. to score a little more for us this year because we lost 3 double-figure scores. He's capable of that. He's improved his shooting. He's improved his decision-making. And, of course, he can steal the ball because he set the school record last year. So we'll rely on those guys for leadership and consistency because, as you know, when you have half the team as freshmen are a little inconsistent at times. So our senior guards have to carry us.
So that kind of came in on the fly for you, like at the end of summer last year. How much has 1 year in your program now? How much has he changed, and what's his next step?
Well, Smet is quicker this year. He's making quicker moves. Has improved his touch around the rim with both hands, his free throw shooting. So defensively, he was outstanding this past week. It's the best defense he's ever played since we've had him. So we see improvement on that end as well. We need him to be a rim protector. We need him to be a guy that we don't necessarily have to double the post when he's guarding somebody. And then hopefully when he has the ball in the post, that we either force a double team or he'll go one-on-one.
Having another big like Toombs to go against every day made him better too?
Smet and Jaden are making each other better. It's fun to watch. They're both very physical and both very skilled.
For you and your staff, it kind of happened quickly last year, and you put a roster together, a lot of transfers, and this time you had a year to settle in. Some of these guys have been signed for close to a year now. Does it feel different for you all, having a year under your belt and now having this roster that you were really able to kind of construct over time?
It feels a lot different. Last year we had 10 new players. I know the two freshmen redshirted, but then the 7 transfers and Smet late. And we didn't really know how they would kind of mesh together. Very proud of last year's team. They did a tremendous job. And if we didn't have Boopy's injury, that hurt us down the stretch. But to win 24 games and tie for 4th in the first year in the ACC, those guys probably, I'm not sure they believed they could do that, but they did. And as we started winning, they certainly became a very good basketball team. I think this year we're more talented because we're bigger and longer, more athletic, and we still have the same skill sets. And our guards are more experienced because Boopy and BJ are now seniors. And we brought in 2 senior guards, Sharon Pierre Jr. and Corey Washington, who can play multiple positions for us, and then Sam Walters, 6'9" forward. So we feel like we have the pieces to become a good team, but we're not there yet. We have a long way to go. We have to become a better defensive team this season than we were last year, and we still have to keep the same consistent, fast pace of play and being able to make threes like we did last season.
How different can Jerron make your team offensively? He has what, 21, 22.3 scoring probably.
Jerron Pierre Jr., he's very talented, athletic, very fast in transition, very good spot-up shooter, and he is developing his defensive intensity with the 40 minutes that he's going to have to play defense at this level. We're very optimistic he'll have a big year for us. He's very unselfish. He's a great teammate, and we look forward. We recruited him for a reason. He's an experienced scorer and playmaker, and we need him to do that for us.
Boopy gets some preseason accolades, second team in the league. What did you see from him in the offseason, and how much does learning in year one and then returning to the same situation and scheme and all those things help him going into this year?
I think it means a lot for Boopy. It means a lot for our team. It was nice to retain 3 starters from last season, Boopy, BJ, and Sumet. It's in today's world with the transfer portal, when players go school to school to school and never stay anywhere for multiple years, it's hard for them to develop to their potential. It's also hard on the teams that bring players in and they leave right away. So Boopy to return, it's meant a lot to him because he knows our system. He knows what we expect of him. He also knows what our goals are for him, and he's been an amazing leader. He's improved this offseason as much as any player we've seen in a while. We expect an all-league performance from him and consistency on the defensive end. His defense has improved. He wants to play in the NBA one day, and I think he knows what he has to do at his size to be able to be drafted or have a career in the NBA. And he's worked hard towards those things, and you really see it on a daily basis.
You spent some time in the league, a while back, and then obviously your time at USC, you still kept an eye on it, I'm sure. What did being in the league last year teach you about what you thought going in, and maybe how any of that changed at all in terms of building the roster and all of that based on that?
Well, the ACC has always been a great basketball league. Last season, a couple of the historically great teams had some tough years, and we were able to pass some of those teams. This year, I think they've reloaded, and the league is deeper. It'll be very challenging. I know we were picked 6th this year. Last year, we were picked 14th. So those preseason rankings don't mean anything. We feel like we have enough talent to compete at the top of the league, but we also know the margin of error is so small that if our guys don't buy in and play together, we could be in the bottom of the league pretty quickly. So nothing's guaranteed. That's why you play the games, but we're very optimistic about our roster, and we love our team chemistry right now.
With as many freshmen as you have, there's probably not really much easing them into things. Just what's your approach with those guys as you get them in those first games and see how much they can handle?
We made a strategic decision to recruit freshmen, 5 freshmen in this class. It's a very highly rated class nationally, and they're all very good players. With that comes responsibility. They have to be ready to play. Our bench will be made up of mostly freshmen this year, and we did that to give them playing time early in their careers, and we expect them to be ready to go.
Do you have an early idea, and I'm sure your starting group maybe, but just how you want to work the rotation in non-conference play and then try to settle it by conference play?
Well, we have 1 scrimmage Saturday, and then preseason game against Oklahoma State next Saturday. I think those will help us get some guys experience, let the coaches see how they react playing against someone else, a team as talented as the teams we're playing. So I think to be determined. We don't know who's going to start right now. We don't know what the rotation will be. We do know that some of the upperclassmen will be in the starting lineup because they've proven it and they've been there and they're very good basketball players. But we haven't decided the starting lineup yet. I think we'll probably change the starting lineup in our scrimmage and have a different starting lineup in the preseason game just to give us a different look.
They're a completely new team.
Yeah, my early thoughts are we're definitely work in progress. I think that it's cool because there's so many unique like players with so many different habits and stuff. But I think they're adjusting well. I think the main things that I was trying to accomplish in the summer have been really effective. Like the main thing was like the chemistry, the cohesiveness, getting us to kind of be on the same page, and then the basketball will come. So I've accomplished what we wanted. But I think as far as basketball, they love to shoot. They don't really love defense yet, but we're learning to like defense a lot more. But they really love the three. We're picking stuff up a lot faster than my teams have like done in the last couple of years, which I was impressed about because we have a little like more complex rotation, I think. And if I looked at my younger teams the last 2 years, it took like 6 months to pick it up. It's not hard, but it's just different than high school. And I feel like this team, because they're a lot more experienced, they've picked things up faster, so that's good. But what I love about this team is I really love the players. I'm not just saying that because I'm up here and I'm coaching them. I think they're all players. They're super excited. They want to be a part of this momentum. They're happy to be here. They all love Dallas. They all love SMU. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. They're happy. Now I think the challenges are it's like a really good school. And it's not easy. It's pretty rigorous academically. A lot of in-person classes, which isn't bad, but I think that nowadays that's not as common. So I think there is a lot more time put into academics here, which I think is good for the future. And just we want smart and great young women, and we're getting that. And we have some really awesome like kids.
How has it been kind of getting the whole group together? Some of your players weren't here earlier in the summer, and adding someone like Paulina a little later.
And Lizzie.
Yeah, like how has that been? Kind of helping
It's
them all?
it's been great. You know what I found with Europeans. Well, Lizzie spoke really good English, so it was helpful. But I find with Europeans, the basketball is so fundamental in Europe. They really pick up fast and usually have a higher basketball IQ. I hate to say that, but I think just because in Europe you work so much more on fundamentals because you don't have generally as much athleticism, so you're working a lot on fundamentals. And Lizzie's a smart player as a freshman, so I think she's way further ahead than a typical freshman here. So I think that's helped. Our other two freshmen have been hurt, so really it's all seniority what we've been coaching every day. So I think integrating them has been easy. I think the players have been really good about like spending time. They hang out off the court, so I'm really happy with the team. I'm really happy with how they're embracing each other.
With that seniority, what, 8 seniors, a couple juniors? I mean, to have
Thank
that
you.
veteran of a team, how much does that help when you are kind of creating from scratch?
It helps a lot because I have not had that, just because of just different situations. We were very young, like we were like one of the youngest in the country at some point. It's a big difference. What I've noticed it more with is that I think 'cause my background for years was the pros, so like I think I'm better with like a more veteran team. I think it's just better for me, and I think like there's certain things I don't want to like I don't mind coaching, but like I like the more maturity where I don't have to hold your hand through everything. But I think it's been fun. I love the fact that so many players have been through so many different situations. Like they've had a lot of experience coaching. Kyla's been like, this is her third place. Ty's been in 3 different places. So I kind of like the fact that they're more seasoned with adapting to different styles. I think there's a lot of value in that. And I think they're all really excited. They're more mature in the sense a lot of them are in grad school. They're grown. Like I said sometimes, she was like, I'm grown. I was like, oh, yeah, you are grown. It's just funny, but it's been fun. I think they're a veteran group that wants to do something special. A few of them have came back to Dallas to be back home and do something special. So I think it's been fun, and they've picked up on stuff faster. So I think that the challenge has been good.
You mentioned the 2 freshmen from the States. You get one from a Duncanville program
Yeah, down the
that
street.
travels, that plays national schedule. Roxy also does that. How much does that help when they come in from high school that was kind of like college in a sense, and how much does that help their development a little bit?
It helps a lot, but they're still so young. So I think like an 18-year-old, it's funny because today should be the celebration day for Jazzy because she should get her final clearance today. Mark, like knock on wood. But actually, what's funny? I'd say Jazzy and Roxy are probably two of our more mature players. I think that if you look at them as freshmen, they don't act and they don't react to things. They don't act like freshmen at all. But they're both just really good kids. So they're like not the perfect kid to be hurt, but like they get it. Like Jazzy's been hurt, but she's the one that shows up to every pickup game and does the clock. Like freshmen don't do that. They'd been like, well, I can't play. I'm staying and I'm sleeping. Like it's very different and very a servant mentality, both of them. And I think that like if anybody could be hurt, it's them that are still like mature enough to handle it and know how to navigate it, which says a lot for a freshman. I've actually been really surprised, but very, very impressed with the two of them.
Then just with this group bringing them together, what's it been like? I know after the open practice, you talked about outings. I think you guys recently did a team retreat.
Yeah, we
How
did.
big are those things for this group?
They're huge. They're one of the most important things. Like leadership culture is like it's vital. That retreat was the best retreat I've ever been on. I'm not saying that to sell it. It is actually the most fun, the most well organized with a lot of different things we did, and it was awesome. Like I had a great time. It was like in East Texas at this 1,000-acre ranch. I mean, we were like fishing, and I made all of them do something they haven't done before. So I like that because I'm always like, I want them to leave college and say, even if I don't have them for 4 years, because nowadays you don't have players for 4 years, but I want them to leave and say, oh my gosh, I did this, I did that. Things they're not going to ever do again. We didn't horseback ride there. I wish we would have, but we were on I think they're called the UTVs. We were like going on like scavenger hunt type things in the woods, finding flags and GI Janing it. And it was really good for team building, but it was really good time together without cell phones. We did not have cell phones. I gave them to them because they begged for like a couple hours at night, but it was quality time with each other. And I think that's important when you're building chemistry and cohesiveness for a new team.
Coach, you talked about how the players, you've got a lot of the players who come from different programs. You and the coaching staff have a unique situation that you're in your third conference in 3 years.
I know.
What's the challenge there?
I was thinking about that. I'd forgot that was the situation. Then I'm like, wait, I've been in 3 conferences in 3 years, and I knew the Pac-12 so much. Just so different, and they're all so different. So the Pac-12 was one thing, and then the Big 12 was so different from the Pac-12, and I think the ACC is so different. But I really like the ACC. To me, the ACC is a lot more similar to the Pac-12 when the Pac-12 was at its best. So I think the ACC being one of the best conferences, I think it's very strong. The leadership is impeccable. I really love the commissioner and just how welcoming he is. I think it's great leadership. And I always say, and I've said this before, like the most important thing for success in a conference or a school is the leadership. Like for us, Damon is essential for our success. Same thing with the conference. So I think the ACC is going to be huge this year. And I look at the teams, I look at the coaches, and a lot of them have won championships and very elite coaches. And that's really what the Pac-12 was like. So I'm excited to be a part of it. I know it's going to be very challenging. I think we were picked really low. Yeah, we picked 14th, and yeah, that's bad. But like I don't care. Like we've always been picked low when I started somewhere, and we've never finished where we were picked. But it's going to be challenging, fun. I think it's a good challenge for our players. But yeah, 3 conferences in 3 years, that's crazy. Like it's different.
Talking about finishing higher than you're picked, a lot of the players have talked about wanting to be, when they transferred, they wanted to go to a winning program.
Mm-hmm.
How did you kind of sell them on this being a winning program when it hasn't been the last couple of years and there's still the challenge of the move to the ACC?
Yeah, I think people don't know what to expect with SMU. So I think the unknown, you just don't know. And putting teams together and winning's hard. But I don't think we'd finish 14th. Like you never know, this stuff can happen. But I think that they all believe in each other. I think we're going to be nowhere where we are going to be in a couple of years. But like the timing, I got the job with everything. We did really well in the players we got, and I thought we got some really good players that I wanted. But it still takes time. I think right now there is some reluctancy about like people are reluctant about, is it safe to go to SMU? Are they going to win? What's it like? What's the crowd going to be like? That unknown we're not sexy yet. We will be. But it's like, but all you do is you win a little bit. You get more people to come. And then it's like, okay, it's okay. And then you land a couple of freshmen from Dallas. and then you build it from there. It's the same thing with Arizona. No one wanted to go there, and then everybody wanted to go there. So I think it just takes time, but you have to have the right tools, and we're in a great place with a great opportunity. A lot of people want to come to Dallas, and I think that even the first couple of years, if we have to be that school that gets players on the back end, or that gets people excited, and someone takes that chance and it becomes an avalanche, I'm fine with that. So I'm okay with like people figuring it out and seeing, and then jump on the bandwagon. That's fine. I think that's fun. Because I'll just say you should have been here the first year, just like I did at Arizona.
About a challenging pre-conference schedule.
Yeah, I think everything's a challenge. Yeah, I think we wanted to put a couple good teams there, and the conference is really competitive, but just making sure we play good play, and also we wanted to make sure that we played a lot of home games because I definitely want to build a base here. I think the challenge with Dallas is there's so many amazing things to do, so you got to get people excited and want to come here. But I think the first thing is you build it from the community surrounding us. You get the families excited, you do camps, and you just kind of build it from within first, and then we branch out. But I think we've been doing a good job out in the community, so we'll do that. I think I came here, we were like at 160 something. I think we're at 400 now. So I was ambitious. I said 1,000. So we'll see if that happens. We might come a little bit short, but I mean, I always shoot high.
You had an event with David Miller and the men's basketball team. Can you talk a little bit about that support?
Yeah, so David Miller is like essential and so important for what we do at SMU, and he's a former basketball player here at SMU, and just is one of the reasons why we're in the ACC. But I like the fact that he loves our programs, he loves this place, and we have the support and the right people that really want us to be successful. And I think you see as we transition and become more established in the ACC, I think you'll see, and Damon's known for doing big things. So he always says, be bold, think big and be bold. And I think you'll see some bold things happening here at SMU in the next couple of years with renovations, and I think it's just one step at a time. But I think everybody will be President Hartzell and Damon. I think we're going to do some really big things.
Obviously, you've been in the league now for a minute.
Yeah.
To get that type of accolade right before the season.
I definitely appreciate the awards, for the people who voted me in. But, I was looking at that first team and gave me fuel and more hunger to, play this season.
When you guys sat down in the off season, as far as your goals and what you want to accomplish for this year and how you attack all that, what went into that with the coaching staff?
Basically, just putting a team around me that, I can make plays and just be myself. And, just basically just winning, at the end of the season and making that tournament as well. So I feel like Coach did a great job of doing that, bringing in the transfers, the freshmen, guys like Jerron. But I feel like we're going to do an amazing job this year, and I'm happy to see it.
A lot of talented freshmen. How do you feel about how they've looked so far, and how do you, as a more veteran guy, kind of help bring them along early in the season?
They look amazing. They look real amazing. But just teaching them every day, just being patient with them each and every day, but just, teaching them the small things, about defense, running the plays correctly at the certain right time. But, just getting those type of guys comfortable like how I am on the court so they can just come in the game and feel free to play basketball.
With all that you guys were able to accomplish last season, kind of a team thrown together a little last minute, new coaching staff, does that kind of fuel you going into this year, knowing you've been here for some time? How much confidence do you have after knowing what you could do and maybe a little bit of a chaotic first year?
Definitely. I feel very, very confident. I was mad about, being injured. So I was in the weight room a lot this year, just working on my body. I feel like I work hard completely, but sometimes you got to work smarter, not harder all the time. But, just me being healthy and on the court will help the team a lot. All the other guys take care of their body and do the right thing on and off the court. So just me staying healthy, I think I can help the team a lot.
What did it mean to you when you sat down, or when you were injured and you were unable to play? That stretch of games, like watching the team end up the way it did. Does that fuel you?
Definitely. It hurt me deeply because I feel like we could have went to the tournament and, even made a run in the ACC tournament as well. But, things happen for a reason, and I'm going to come back stronger.
What is that added chemistry, between you and BJ playing a year together, but also being in this offense now for a year and with Coach and everybody, how much does that help now into this off season where it's kind of more familiar going into the season?
It just makes everybody more comfortable. You know, the two leading guards that was here last year, just us going against each other in practice each and every day, just pushing each other, you know, fouling each other, just making each other better each and every day. It's just comfortable for everybody. So the freshmen see that, and they're going to want to go hard and play defense as well. So, you know, I'm very excited about me and BJ career this year, finishing out this year in the ACC season, and everybody else as well.
Areas that you focus on.
My off season, it was a lot. Just basically after the loss, you know, I took some time off. They wanted me to take time off, and then as soon as I got back to it, me and Coach Andy, we started working on my three-point shot, getting it faster and more efficient for this upcoming season, and then really just a lot of conditioning, running hills, and just staying in shape, because without being conditioned in the game, it's going to be hard to play. So we're making sure that was key as well.
Coach talked about wanting you to be more offensive impact. Just kind of how do you take on that challenge? And like you said, working on the three-point shot. What else have you done this offseason to score more?
My three-point's been looking real good in preseason. Thank you to Coach Andy for helping me out a lot this offseason. So that's going to expand my game even more. And having Jerron and Boopy, two good playmakers, which takes off a lot of offensive load on me. So I feel like I'm definitely average more points this upcoming season, and just definitely look to be more aggressive on the offensive side as well.
When you look at the newcomers SMU's added, what does that mean to you as a player who decided to come back? You know, somebody who has been here and kind of been through some of the transition and things like that, to see some of this talent coming into the school as well.
It means a lot. After the season ended, Coach Andy told us that, me, Boopy, and Cement were the main focus, and he wanted to build around us. And I feel like he did a great job by adding Jerron and Corey Washington and Sam Walters. Like, they're all really great guys off the court and on the court, and they honestly made me better. Jerron makes me better. I get to guard Jerron every day in practice, or Boopy, so that's going to help me on defense. And then playing alongside them just opens the floor for me even more. So it's been great.
Your career kind of arc, do you look back on it sometimes?
Yeah, I do.
Wow, what a kind of product of just staying patient with it.
Right. Yeah, I definitely look back on, my first year at Tennessee. It was hard on me because I was from hometown and I wanted to go in and play, but I had to sit back and learn things. I had guys ahead of me like Zakai Ziegler and Santiago Vescovi, Josiah James, who I still talk to this day, and they're real proud of me. But I'm glad to still be in this position with Coach Andy. He's definitely helped me out with my confidence this past year.
When college basketball and the ability for you guys to move around, I mean, how hard is it to say, no, I'm going to stay in a place, but also balance that with a school that wants to win like SMU, and you kind of see some of these guys come in and there's accolades and all sorts of things that come with that. What kind of mindset does that put some guys in versus how you maybe handle it?
Yeah, it's definitely hard, with the transfer portal. You can just transfer and play right away, but I love SMU since I've been here since Coach Lanier. It's a great community. The students are amazing. Teachers are amazing. Just everyone around here, even the city of Dallas, is a blessing to be here. So I didn't really want to go anywhere else, and I wanted to keep continuing and building for SMU.
What does success look like for you this season, both personally and as a team?
Success, personally, I would say getting higher three-point percentage, basically all my stats, offensive-wise, defensive-wise, maybe trying to break the record once again for steals, defensive player of the year. That's personally, but team goals would be, of course, win as many games as we can, win an ACC championship, and make a deep run in March Madness.
How confusing is it to have another BJ?
At first, it was a little confusing, but he's a freshman and he's really a great shooter, a great guy off the court. I love him, and I mean, honestly, coaching him gave him a nickname BDR because BJ Davis Ray, or we'll give him a nickname BD, but it's just, yeah. So I'm the senior, so I still get called BJ, yeah, for sure.
What made SMU the place for you when you decided to transfer?
Honestly, on my visit and just knowing What I've heard from people that I know, um, it's just a great place to be. From the coach showing you love, as soon as he did, it was no question.
When they talked about their plan for you, what did they share with you, and then how is it so far looking on how you're going to be used and fit in and things like that?
The thing that popped up to me was not only that they show ways that I would be used, but also show ways that they see me in the future and what they could help me with. Just being a part of this program.
Just kind of reading about you from Wichita State, a lot of people
Yeah.
commented on your energy and kind of a fan favorite in that respect. Where does that energy come from?
Honestly, it's just the passion and the emotion that's while I'm playing. I just show it, and just it gets the crowd's attention.
Where did you have to improve on just overall? That they kind of shared with you, hey, we like what you do here, but we need to see a jump here as you want to reach your goals.
Honestly, the thing that popped out to me was my three-point shooting and just efficiency, just on the offensive end.
How much did Matt Cross's development shooting the ball last year for SMU did they bring up with you and just how he was able to hit some of those goals and improvement?
They brought it up a little bit, but it was pretty much just what they seen and what they could help me with personally. That really gave it away for me.
To be in the ACC on a team that has expectations after what they did last year, what does that mean as far as how you approach coming in here as a newcomer and trying to reach the goals that you guys have?
Honestly, my thing is just trying to win. I feel like that's the biggest thing. I feel like if you're not winning, there's nothing good going on.
What's been that early adjustment to new school, new team, new guys, new coaches? What's that been like as you guys have kind of gone through this off-season process?
The process has pretty much been pretty smooth, but we have a lot of young guys, and we're just hammering in their head, just trying to get the experienced guys to teach them new things, and I feel like that they can help us really much, a lot.
What is that, especially BJ and Boopy at that guard spot? What is having them be returners and guys that have been in this system before do to help bring you along, but also teach you and be part of that?
To be honest, they just lead the way, and we just have to be a sponge and soak it all in. They've been there. They know what it's like. We just have to do our job and just to follow them. Thank you. Thank you.
But also a new situation.
My adjustment's been kind of rocky, a little up and down, but it's been wonderful. I mean, meeting my teammates and getting to know those guys and playing with some more different kind of players in different positions. So it's been very much well, but I've been loving it.
What made SMU the place for you when you went through the process?
Well, I was staying in Dallas, back and forth from New Orleans to Dallas when I was trying to find what school I wanted to go to. And I started to get in the hang of Dallas, and then when I got to do my visit, it kind of just, I fell in love with it, with just the coaches, the staff, my teammates, and just the area.
How much did you follow what SMU did last year, and how did that factor into your decision, seeing kind of their first year, close to tournament team?
I would say when I got my offer, I kind of started to dig deep into the team and the players and what they did last year, and then I started following them throughout the summer and just their workouts and stuff and how a coach went about everything. So it kind of intrigued me even more to want to come here and just show what I can do and bring my talents here.
For people who aren't familiar with your game, what is SMU getting with you on the roster?
SMU is about to get a killer. All capital letters.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah. What is that for you?
Killer means to me, anyone in front of me, if they don't have on SMU blue, sucks to be them.
How much confidence did you gain from last year?
Oh.
Put together?
A ton of confidence. I know I put in the work and I'm putting it in again this year, but I gained a lot of confidence just to see guys and just politics and how people really just look over you and put people over you and say that this person is much better than you. And when it's mano y mano, it's a total different thing. So I gained a lot of confidence from last year.
It's like playing with Boopy so far and BJ in the backcourt.
Wonderful. It's wonderful playing with those two. I mean, we all have similar kind of games. I'm just the tallest out of the group. That's all.
What went into when you're coming off a year like you had last year? What do you work on in the off season? What was your approach to the off season going into this year?
My approach to the offseason, I tested the NBA waters. So coming out of that, I wanted to kind of work on me showing that I can play defense a lot more. That's something that I definitely have. And really just keeping my endurance up high, but really just showing that I can play defense more. I have the whole offensive side, so just showing that other side and the small things, being the leader, being the oldest on the team. So being able to have younger guys look up to me.
Lots of younger guys.
Lots of
On
younger
this
guys.
roster, what's been kind of your first impression of that group?
I got called Onk once. So it's been a great impression just having those younger guys just coming fresh out of high school and being able to tell them that I've been in their shoes before. So when I see them do some things, I kind of get on them, but at the same time I take a step back and be like, I'd rather them just learn because I had to learn that one time too because I was in their shoes.
What's success look like for you this year? You know, when you look back on this year, what do you want to accomplish?
I want to make it to the tournament. I want to win the ACC, but make it to the tournament and be able to just step into those likes of my teammates and just know that this is something that I prayed and waited for, and being able to bring my teammates along with me and just winning, like being happy about everything, like from the losses to the wins to the mess ups, everything is just a learning process, but letting it help me to get me to the next step that I want to be in.
I mean, last year was my first year, and I was kind of, trying to adapt the culture, the school things, the team. It was different for me, and this summer being going working out in Turkey, and then I came back. It was beginning of July for the summer session, summer practices, and we've been working out as a team like hard. I've been working on my free throws. I've been working on my touch around the rim. I've been working on my rim protection with Coach Mobley. Yeah, my summer was like that actually.
Just all work.
Yeah, all work, and having great time with my family in Turkey, with my friends, because I haven't seen them for so long. Yeah, my summer was like that actually. Yeah.
How does it feel having yourself and BJ and Rupi back as kind of leaders with a lot of young guys coming in?
Yeah, I mean, we have great friendship with, Boopy, BJ, and rest of the team, but it's good to be around, like, Boopy, BJ, like, who is, like, I can say, like, BJ is one of the best defenders in ACC, and we all know that. And Boopy, I'm feeling so comfortable with playing with Boopy because I'm not worried about scoring the ball or something else because I know that if I'm open, he will find me anyways. So he's a good passer. So I'm feeling so comfortable playing with two of them.
The battles between you and Jaden in practice.
I mean, we fighting every day. Like, the practice are going hard every day. As I told you, we fighting. It's not like, with teammates or something. In practice, there is no teammates.
Is that just natural? Like, is that different than last year?
Yeah.
That you guys are now more comfortable since you guys know each other.
Yeah. I mean, we used to play together in the practices, but most of the time we're playing against each other. So, when we play against each other, we're killing each other actually.
You said you'd work on free throws. What's another 1 or 2 areas you really focus on that we're going to see?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on rim protection and blocking shot and timing reaction because last year, I had gaps to prove for rim protection. So this summer, I've been working on it, and I can say rim touch, like touch shots, like hook shots, because end of the season last year, I started missing a lot, so I've been working on it during the summer.
How nice has it been having this full off season? You kind of came right into right into the season last year, but to have the familiarity of last year, this full off season, and kind of building towards the season finally this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling so comfortable. You know, we finished the season last year. I think it was end of March, so I had plenty of time to get ready for this season, and I had time to see my family. You know, I had time to see, my friend. You know, I had time for everything actually this year. I had time to work on my, body, work on my, touch. You know, I had plenty of time to prove myself for this season.
Which was the harder adjustment last year, American basketball or American way of life?
I can't say both because the culture is so different. I can say like the food is different, but yeah, most of the things was different actually for me because Turkey is kind of compact, like capital city. You know, I live in Istanbul, so which is 25 million population. So it was a lot of people in Istanbul. So it was a different adjustment for me, actually. Yeah.
Do you have a real set routine now? Did you have one last year?
I mean,
Just kind of learning every day.
yeah. I mean, I'm learning every day, but this season, I have a lot of friends in school, so they are trying to help me out for anything. For the classes, for the restaurant outside, like which restaurant is good. Everybody's trying to help me out for anything. So I'm feeling so comfortable in Dallas right now. Yeah.
Coming here to SMU.
Yeah, I just felt like it was the best fit overall, basketball-wise, and also just life-wise. I feel like Dallas is a great place to live, and I really wanted to just really be happy where I'm at. Coming to work and being happy, being in a great environment. I felt like that was the biggest thing for me. And then obviously, like I said, the basketball fit was great. The coaching staff, I think, really believed in me, and I wanted to find a home, and I think I found that here.
When they talked with you about your development and what they wanted to put you through to help you reach your goals, what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. It kind of matched everything that they said. Kind of matched like my vision for what I wanted my junior year to look like. Kind of just expanding my game and trying to help a team at a high level. I feel like I've been on 2 really good teams, and hopefully trying to help bring that success here to SMU.
So what does, when you play in a Final Four as a freshman, what does that do for you, just knowing what that looks like, both as a team, as a program, that you're able to bring with you?
Yeah, I just feel like I know like what winning teams look like every day in practice. Coming in, working really hard, and especially with a team that has a lot of freshmen and young guys, I think I can be a guy that some of these young guys can lean on and look to, because I was once in their shoes, especially on like a talented team like we have this year. So yeah, I just think that experience like helps a lot of the guys.
What do you feel like this team is really kind of showing their identity as early on so far?
Yeah, I think we can be really good defensively. We have a lot of tall guys, long defenders. So I think a really good defense. I also think we have an explosive offense. Like we have a lot of guys that are experienced and some young guys that can really score it. So I think we're going to be a good, fast-paced team, but still be able to get stops and get out in transition.
Thank you.
Thank you.